Hi, welcome to Morgan Tarot. It's Lisa, and I've got Morgan here, my bestie, with me. And the reason for the name of the channel, it's actually his birthday today. He's 3 years old. 3 years old on August the 2nd. So yeah, he's like an old man, but he's still a young little fella, aren't you? Hopefully he's going to live a very long life. He's had a few treats today, but his special cake that we've got organised is not arriving till tomorrow, so that's okay. We'll have a bit of a party tomorrow with some party hats and some cake, and I'll be sure to get some footage to show you guys if I can. Alright, I'm going to pop him over here and we're going to get started. So, today I'm reading for Capricorn. I've had issues with the internet as well as my phone over the past few days, so apologies I haven't uploaded anything for those people that may have checked. I did say I'd upload a few videos, haven't had the chance, so I'm not going to chatterbox here too much, but during that time I've had a lot of time to think and come up, with ideas for the channel, and I'm really trying to think about, what my niche is going to be. Obviously it's tarot, but what is it going to look like, because I do want to be unique and I do want to offer something that's maybe not already widespread out there. So yeah, I'm going to actually focus on doing 3 card pulls for the next little period of time. 3 cards can give you a wealth of information. If you know your cards well and you take the time to really examine the messages that are coming through from Spirit, but also just examine the image in front of you, that can tell you so much about, what Spirit is trying to convey to you. And also in terms of what you interpret at the meaning, for different cards, in terms of the cards that are also spread around them. And I will still clarify, the 3 cards. If there's cards that need clarifying, I'll do that. Then I'll just pull 1 card for advice from a different deck, and then finish off with an oracle card. And I do have a number of oracle decks. I've just got a new one actually today, which I'm really excited about. The Animal Love Oracle card set. I love animals, so yeah, these are amazing cards. So I might actually use those today, just to christen them. But yeah, alright, I'm going to go ahead and do a 3 card pull. The other thing I thought about whilst I was away was actually having a theme for my reads. Rather than just always being love and relationships, I've got some ideas about different content, using the 3 card spread primarily to keep the videos down to a timely length. And also I know that people are busy, that their attention spans can be short after a long day at work. I want to try and keep my content as concise as I can, but also as informative as I can. But I also want to mix things up a bit in terms of the types of themes that we pull for. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about that in the coming days and weeks, so please follow my channel. I'm really just on a mission right now to get as much content on the channel as I possibly can, which is, I guess, the same goal as any person that starts a channel. Before I start getting fancy with video editing and stuff like that, I really just need to get the content out there and show you guys what I'm about and give you a bit of an understanding of the essence of me and what I have to offer for my channel. So I'm going to get started now. Like I said, Capricorn, 3 card spread. We are going to have a theme for the we are going to have a theme. And as I said, I'm looking at different themes, but I came up with a bit of a list, and I'm going to follow that one for this first. Alright, so we're going to pull 3 cards. The first card is going to tell us what brings you together. So this is with someone in mind, of course. So this will be about your person, you and your person. Second card will be what pulls you apart. And the third card being what needs your attention. So please take note, this is for you with someone in mind. And I will also do a separate 3 card pull for singles as well for Capricorn. So let's go ahead and pull the very first card for what brings you together in this connection. So what brings you together? It could be what brought you together originally. It could also be, what's going to bring you together in the near future. Spirit guides, guardian angels, the universe. Today is the 2nd of August here in Australia, in the evening for me. And I'm now pulling a card for Capricorn and their person to find out what energy has brought them together. What brings you together? Spirit guides, guardian angels, the universe. What brings Capricorn and their person together? Oh, got the Queen of Pentacles. I have pre-shuffled the deck, but I always like to show you that I'm shuffling just because that's more authentic than me just having 3 cards ready to go, although that would be a lot faster. But I will start practicing editing in my videos in the near future, so I am trying to be as quick as I can. What brings Capricorn and their person together? Oh, sorry, the second card was what pulls you apart. My apologies. So what pulls you apart for the Empress? Sorry, I'm brushing up my... getting a bit carried away here. Third card we're asking Spirit is what needs your attention. So this is either relating to you or your person. The roles can be reversed or flip-flopped in these reads because it is a general read. It's not going to resonate with everybody, so take what resonates and leave what does not. All right, so the 3 cards we have. So for the first card we pulled, what brings you together? Queen of Pentacles, what pulls you apart? The Empress, and what needs your attention? The 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so, all right, so Queen of Pentacles is an energy of, pardon me, is an energy of someone who is very hardworking, someone who is abundant, who has it all. She's very content within herself. This is someone who is very content, very happy with where they are in life. They've worked really hard to achieve everything they have. They value everything they have, and they value the people around them. So in terms of the question that we're asking about you and your person, Capricorn, what brings you together, I would be suggesting that you're both very... I feel like, you know, you both are in a good place in life. I feel like you've both achieved... you know, the goals in terms of finance and career and self-development. You've both reached a level of where you're ready to, you know, to give your all in a commitment with somebody. So I feel like that's what's brought you together, and that you're both kind of in the same phase of life where you're ready to settle down, commit, to be loyal, faithful, all of those things, but also very hardworking and have built up a bit of an empire for yourself in whatever that means for you. So, you know, you're financially stable, you're a hard worker, and, you know, people view you as very successful and abundant. You might even be a leader in your workplace. So, yeah, I feel like that's what's brought you together. I feel like you're both at a very stable part of your life. Okay, so what pulls you apart? The Empress. Now, the Empress isn't, again, it's a beautiful energy, the Empress. She, to me, and I think to a lot of readers, is the most abundant queen over any of the dominant female querents in the deck. She is the most beautiful and the most... I mean, she's a very caring person. She's very loving. She's a motherly figure. She's got, you know, in some readings you can read it as, you know, someone who's pregnant or planning to have a baby, or someone that wants to make you pregnant. Obviously, with this particular read, we're looking at what pulls you apart. So I'm trying to look at the shadow side of this card. So, you know, the Empress is very, she can also be very codependent because she relies so heavily on the people around her in terms of making them feel good, and she's so nurturing. It can sometimes become a bit of a toxic codependent energy where the person relies on them so much, and the Empress doesn't really know how to put the boundaries in place because they are such a giver and they give so much to people, and people can take advantage of that, as we know. Alright, so in terms of the question, what pulls you apart, I feel like perhaps it could be that, I mean, there's a couple of different storylines here. This is general, remember, so it's only going to, some of it, you know, take what story resonates if it does at all. So it could be that there has been, there could be maybe a pregnancy that's come about that wasn't planned, and that could be something that's causing some tension in your connection because it wasn't planned. And, you know, I feel like, you know, whether this is you or them or both of you, you know, you feel like you're not quite ready for this level of commitment, even though you're at a really good place in your life and you're financially abundant. Perhaps it's more about work and career for you right now and building that up. And yes, whilst you have love for somebody, or feelings for them, or wanting to commit to them, you may not want to go to the level of actually having a child. So that's one storyline I'm getting from Spirit. So if that relates, perhaps that's what we're talking about, because the Empress is an embodying energy of something being birthed, you know. The other storyline I'm getting is that someone is actually being very codependent, and that could be what's actually... because like I said, the Empress is she's a giver, but she also needs to sometimes put those boundaries in place to say to people, you know, these are my boundaries, please don't try to breach them, because I do need to protect myself, my heart, my energy. I can't give everything and then you just take. That can happen sometimes because she's such a nurturer and she's such an empath, and she's so caring, so giving, so loving. She just sometimes doesn't know when to stop and put those boundaries in place to keep herself safe. Now, I feel like it could very well be in this connection that you know, someone has become quite codependent on the Empress. Now remember, that can be in male energy, like any gender is not a thing in tarot, okay? So It's about the energy that someone's embodying, male or female. They could be, so it could be you, could be them, depending on what gender you are. Doesn't really matter what gender, as I said. Take it as it resonates, but someone may be being too codependent on the other in this connection, and that could be what's actually keeping you from having a very healthy connection in terms of, you know, you both having your independence and there being an equal give and take in the connection. All right, now with the final card, we've got what needs your attention. So we've got the Four of Pentacles. Now again, I feel like that connects to the Empress. I feel like you're both in a really good place, and that's why you've probably come together, because you're ready to commit and, you know, make something of this connection. However, you know, either a child, an unplanned pregnancy, or someone's being very codependent on the other and expecting too much and taking too much and not giving enough, and just taking advantage of someone who's being empathetic, who's an empath, who is a giver, who's, you know, and it's become a very toxic codependent connection where you might even be depending on them more than you should, and therefore you're putting up with more than you should in terms of boundaries. Four of Pentacles, I feel like, is someone holding on really tightly to this connection. As you can see, she's clutching her bag there. She's not letting that go anytime soon. I feel like, you know, there's someone that's really holding on to this connection, and it could be you or them, or it could even be both of you, which is making it kind of a difficult connection to navigate, because, you know, you're both in a place where, you know, you want this. However, something is pulling you apart, obviously. Something is causing you to question this connection, and therefore it could, like I said, be an unplanned pregnancy. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm trying to relay the the third card to the second card. And it very much seems like someone is holding on too tightly to someone else, and it might be causing them to drop their boundaries as well. So that could be, let's say the other person is the person that's codependent on you. You might be actually holding on too tightly to them and not actually seeing that this has become a toxic codependent relationship, and actually not putting those boundaries in place to ensure that you protect yourself and your energy. So that is how I'm reading those cards, and I feel like that's what the message is from these cards. So I do hope that it resonates for some of you at least. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull a card from my Modern Witch Tarot deck. Now this card is, I feel like that's a very straightforward message. It doesn't really need clarifying, and I'm trying to keep these videos down below 15 minutes, so I'm going to carry forward. And we're going to get a message from the universe, a message of advice in regards to this connection. What message of advice do you have for Capricorn in terms of this connection? What message of advice do you have? Page of Wands, okay. That's an interesting message. Pages are all about communication. Wands are about passion and something, you know, that you feel very passionate about. Now, this could very well be a message from Spirit to say, perhaps you need to, and it's about communication, obviously, because, you know, as I said, pages are about communication. So perhaps it's about you feeling very passionate about this. You know, you are passionate about this connection, but you're probably I feel like you're also very passionate about what you need to rectify in this to help it get to the place where it really should be. You know, this Queen of Pentacles energy, abundance, happiness, wish fulfillment, everything you guys need. You know, not only in career and finance, but also in love. You know, she's a very happy, contented person, the Queen of Pentacles, but I feel like there's something in the way here, which is obviously the cards we've pulled for what pulls you apart and what needs your attention. May well be that you need to communicate with this person. You need to be upfront and honest. You know, pages do need to communicate, but they're not of the king level. You know, they're not a queen or a king or a knight even. They are a page. So sometimes it can be immature, or someone who's not quite ready to be a strong communicator, but they're actually building on that. Because you've got to start somewhere, obviously. It could be that they're not sure what to say or how to deal with this, you or them, whoever we're talking about. But it's certainly about the need for a conversation that needs to take place, and it may very well be a passionate, ignited conversation, you know, an important conversation nonetheless. But it could very well be that someone is seeing this in maybe a little bit of an immature way, or it could be that one of you is younger than the other, and it's kind of imbalanced in that regard. Someone, even though you're both kind of ready for commitment, someone is maybe not as mature and developed, you know, in terms of their cognitive thinking, or in terms of the way they view relationships and how they should be, might be a little bit different to the other person. So I feel like that's a message from the universe that you do need to communicate about this really clearly and make your needs. If you're the Empress, you need to make your needs really clear to the other person, that, you know, you may be holding on to them, you may love them dearly, and you may not want this to end. However, you do need to have boundaries in place, and you need to make those clear to the other person. You know, that it's not healthy for anyone to codepend on anyone else. You need to have your own space, you need to have independence. Okay, so I feel like the Page of Wands is definitely a message from the universe that you need to be communicating with each other. I mean, that's the advice we usually have for anyone in a connection, right? Communicate. It's the key to a successful relationship. Open communication, you know, being vulnerable with each other. Alright, I'm going to quickly grab a card of another card of advice, but from the Oracle deck. Now this is, like I said, the new deck that I've just received, the Animal Love Oracle cards. Oh, it's amazing. So it's basically all the different animals and the message and their, their character strengths and their personality types. What kind of energy they embody spiritually. Alright, so I'm going to just pull one from the bottom. Alright, chimpanzee. Okay, Capricorn, you've got the chimpanzee. Beautiful card. Look at that artwork. Isn't that amazing? Alright, so chimpanzee is curious, intelligence, and shadow side. Interesting. Alright, so curiosity, intelligence, and shadow side. So I feel like that is a strong message from the spirit in relation to, I feel like your energy is relating to those qualities of the chimpanzee. Curiosity, intelligence, and shadow side. I'm not going to read the whole meaning from the book. I'd like you to take from that what you will, because I feel like sometimes we too often rely on what the book tells us in terms of what it means. Take it as it resonates with you. Those I think are your strengths, but also your shadow side is something you need to reflect on, and that is your darker side. We have a light and a dark side of everything. We have a light and a dark energy in all of our cards. You need to have a think about that and reflect on that in terms of, what is it that perhaps needs working on in your shadow side. And I feel like your strengths are being curious and intelligent. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much if you've watched today. I am smashing out as many videos as I can in the next month or two to get it up to where I need to for the algorithm to start kicking in and recommending my videos. And also, I'm going to develop along with that and get better as I go. So thank you so much if you are watching. I do really appreciate your support. I am just starting out, so any views are appreciated, any support is appreciated. If you have any feedback or comments, if they're positive, please, you can write them in the comment section. My contact information is in there. Please, if it resonates, please do like, share if you feel like it resonates with someone else, and please subscribe if you like the way I do things. Alright, thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.